I'm ready to talk some shit. Let's go.
Woo!
I popped my toe when I said that. Welcome back. Guys, I just want to, full disclosure, before we do our intro, we have each had, I can't see how much is left in that bottle. Can you?
You're on your 2.5 glass. Second glass.
Second and a half. Okay, anyway. Sorry, we had to get more wine. Welcome back to Name 3 Players.
Thanks.
I'm Victoria.
And I'm Raegan.
And this is the show that is sports for the girls. This is it. You've tuned in, you know. You clicked it. That's why you're here.
That's why you're here. And Vic and I hang out by ourselves all the time, but something about recording without Chloe just feels a little off.
It feels like having a party when your parents are gone.
We're just left unsupervised. We're gonna ramble forever.
It's gonna be so long. Also, when your parents are out of town and you're I'm still gonna be responsible and respectful. Sure, yes, but
we don't have Chloe to be girls,
wrap it up.
try it again.
And also, we have the opposite of Chloe, the producer. We have bottles of wine in our system.
Well, Chloe's at the 1975 concert. She's a big concert girly, so she's living her best life.
She is. My roommate Lindsay is alongside her. Alongside her. And the girls were left unsupervised, so cheers.
We're having a boooozy episode.
Yeah, so this is our, by the time you're listening to this will technically be our Halloween episode because Halloween is on Tuesday. This comes out Friday. Happy Halloween is what we're saying. We are going to just inject a few, am I okay? Are these words, inject? I'm not that fucked up. I've only had 2 glasses of wine.
We're just silly.
We're silly. So we're going to inject some Halloween fun throughout this episode. And that's what's making it boozy, along with the actual booze that is injected into our bodies.
So we did start drinking long before we started recording.
Yeah, Riggs got here approximately an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
We're feeling it. We hope you're feeling it this fine Friday. Just so you guys have the frame of reference, we are this buzzed at 8:16 on a Wednesday. But it's for the pod. That's showbiz, baby. With the spirit fingers.
No, because that's cheer, not dance.
Oh, right. Those are different.
There's jazz hands, and then there's spirit fingers.
Okay, spirit fingers are cheer, jazz hands are dance.
When you're talking to me, it's jazz hands.
Okay, got it. Filing that away. I understand.
So anyway, welcome back.
Welcome back. And this is Sports for the Girls. If you're new here, this isn't normally how it rolls. We're a little bit more put together, but we're having fun.
We're having fun.
Get in, girls. We're having fun. Whether you're a dedicated sports girl or you don't know shit about shit and you're just tuning in because you have a hot date this weekend and you need to know your picks for fantasy, you need to know who played this past week. Who? If NBA is back or not. Actually, this time of year is really fun because if you are a sports girl, all of it is really happening. NFL is in full swing. NBA is back as of literally yesterday.
Yep.
Yesterday being Tuesday. MLS is in the playoffs. Hockey is back in full swing now.
Baseball's in the World Series.
It really is everything's going on. The WNBA championships just happened. It's
what
the
a time.
It is the height of sports. So,
what a time.
If you are going on a hot date and you need some sports specs, we're your girls, and we're so here for you for that. And if you actually are tuning in because you genuinely need the sports news, we're also here for that. Okay, so catch me up, Riggs. How's the week been?
Very uneventful. When I tell you I didn't move from my bed on Monday, I didn't.
Yeah, you have Mondays off now.
I do. I live with my sister. She got home from work at 3:30 and she was like, "Oh,
still here."
I was like, "Uh-huh." I was like, "I think I'm depressed." So, I'll be here. She's like, "Do you want to go to the store?" I was like, "No, I don't." But then my lack of any food for the whole week was staring me down the face. So, down the face? In the face.
In the face. We've drank on camera a few times, but we've never done it just us two.
No.
And audio only. I just feel like it's
all bets are off.
Wild. Like when you're drinking and you have a camera in your face and a producer and a videographer, you're like, okay, I gotta like keep my shit together a little bit. But when it's just you two bottles of wine and a mic, like you're like, what's real?
On my birthday episode with the tequila, we like started the episode and then we got drunk. But like we got a little drunk before that.
Pre-epi drunk. Okay.
Oh my god. So anyway, my week has been uneventful.
I hope if anything, this episode, girls, hear me out. Just like a little consolidated caption here. It inspires you to have such a fun weekend because you're about to go into Halloweekend. And in adult life, that's where you just drink all weekend in funny costumes and you show up as everything other than yourself.
In girl world.
My manifestation for this episode is that you're listening and you're like, I'm here for the sports, sure. But I'm also here for the drunk girls with 2 bottles of wine and a mic, and they're just fucking going at it.
How was your week?
Yeah, so the week has been honestly quite a week. It's been pretty eventful, but as far as work is working, and the week is weeking, and
the wine is whining.
The wine is whining, and I am just feeling the feelings, and everything is fine. She's fine. The TikToker is like, she's fine. She's falling down. She's fine. Everything's fine. Anyway,
great.
The week is weeking. I'm very much looking forward to the weekending. I am the happiest I've been all week. So
good.
Yeah.
I just want to point this out to Vic, or to everyone actually. I said, shall we have a boozy episode? Because I just want to laugh. And you're my number one laugh. And I was like, I'm honored. So y'all heard it here first. I'm Vic's number one laugh.
She really is. And that's why we were like, hey, do you want to start a podcast? So, and did I mention we finalized our Halloween costumes for this weekend?
Yeah.
I did? Okay, cool. Honestly, this is the laziest Halloween costume I've ever had.
But it's funny.
But it's fucking funny.
It's funny.
Which we'll get back. We're going to dive back into the funny Halloween costume essence in a few.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that because we've got some thoughts.
Don't go away.
Don't go anywhere.
And we'll be back after the break. Okay, so I thought it would be fun because, I just thought it would be fun. So instead of wins and losses, I want to know your favorite Halloween costume you've ever worn.
Okay, yeah. Can you go first?
Yeah.
Because yours is really good. Yeah, go.
So I have 2 actually.
I actually have 2 as well.
Stunning. Okay, so... So my first one is, my sister will appreciate this. So when we were children, I dressed up as Britney Spears, and we made my microphone out of a toilet or a paper towel holder
and tinfoil
that we would call a durner, because you'd go and then
oh my
so we called
God.
it a durner growing up, and we made it out of that and tinfoil. But my sister, being the typical older sister, wanted to see me fail. And I had to go to every house and sing Oops, I Did It Again. And at the end of it, be like, trick or treat.
Wait, like, we're talking just the chorus.
Like, I had to go, Oops, I did it again. Trick or treat. And if I didn't, she'd be like, say it.
What was your sister at this time? What
I
was
don't
she dressed
even
up
know.
as?
I was too triggered by the humiliation.
Oops, I did it again. Trick or treat.
Mm-hmm. And they would be like...
I thought you were such a cute Britney Spears.
No, they were
so
like...
blonde.
I did have a little headpiece.
So you had a microphone and a headpiece?
Duality. You can't see my motion.
Okay, so she's motioning that she did in fact have a head mic, but also a hand mic. Mm-hmm. You realize that doesn't make sense, right?
I was 7. All right, what were yours?
Okay, well...
Or what was your first?
My first one. So, I was a chicken. It was like a church Halloween, like a school, like like trunk or treat, whatever. And my mom was out of town during the week. And so she gave my dad one job, and that was to dress me up, I guess. I don't know. And I was supposed to be Meg from Hercules, and I had like the Disney store costume. But then I was like, Dad, I can't wear the same costume. Like, I like sprung it on him when my mom got out of town because I was like, I know I can like manipulate the system. So I was like, I can get 2 costumes out of one. And my mom was like, you're going to be Meg, you're not going to be a chicken. Like, I cognitively remember the conversation in my mom's Denali dropping me off.
You wanted to be a chicken.
Yes, and she was like,
Meg.
no. So
can't say I disagree.
No, good mom call on her part. But I remember her dropping me off at school, like legitimately remember sitting in the seat and being like, I want to be a chicken. And she was like, I don't think that's a good call. Like, I think that we should probably explore other options. And I was like, chicken. And she was like, your friends are being Disney princesses. And I was like, chicken. I fully remember the conversation. And she's like, what if we go to the mall after school and you get to pick out whatever you want, Disney princess? Like, she's just like trying to not get me bullied, which like great mom call.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever.
Bullying does work though.
Bullying works. We
that.
are here
bullying.
at Name 3 Players. We are team bullying works. So anyway, she picked me up from school. She was like, Disney store we go. So my mom takes me to the Disney store. She's like, you can pick out any costume you want. So I pick out Meg from Hercules because it was chic and cute. And I'm like, for sure. I think I'm in like 2nd grade at this time. And I'm like, yeah, Meg, for sure. Even though I had like bright blonde hair, but I was like, no, Meg seems like the aura I want to accentuate in 2nd grade. And so I get that. And then she goes out of town, and that's going to be like my trick-or-treating costume. I've already got it worked out. And then my dad's like, okay, so get your Meg costume on. We got to go to trunk or treat. And I'm like, no, Dad, I want to be a chicken. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like,
pull the shit when your mom leaves.
I'm like, no, Dad, we have to, I'm Meg for real Halloween. For trunk or treat, I'm being a chicken. And he was like,
best of both worlds.
Yeah, he was like, okay, so this was my job. Like, I needed to make her a chicken. So we went to the hardware store in my local small town. And all I know is that I did come to trunk or treat dressed as a chicken. And it was a trash bag that was yellow with glued feathers. My dad did this all in like a matter of 45 minutes. So trash bag, glued feathers, swim cap.
Todd, you angel.
Swim cap, also glued feathers on the swim cap.
Stunning.
And then he made me webbed feet out of pool flippers.
In 45 seconds? Minutes.
Minutes. I mean, these were all things lying around and then also at the hardware store.
Oh, got it. Okay. Made a quick
I mean, I legitimately walked into this church looking like a bag of trash, but I felt so fucking cool because I got my way. I was a chicken. And everyone's like, what are you? And I was like, I'm a chicken. The only, like, the last memory of this is I thought I was slaying. Like, I get picked up from trunk or treat. My dad does not stay, surprisingly. And I get in the car, and my dad's like, hey, your mom's pretty pissed off. Like, so my godmother was working the trunk or treat and, like, saw me in the chicken costume and called my mom and was like, what happened to Meg? Because this is not it. And, like, Vic looks like a mangled child. And I mean, it was me. I fully manipulated and convinced him into being like, no, this was your job. Like, you have to make me a chicken. So
God.
Yeah, no. So I ended up being a chicken, and it was like the laughing stock for like many years to come.
Stock. No pun intended.
Yes. Good one. And that's like, I will remember it for the rest of my life because I was like, I got my way, but I got bullied a lot, and people probably still remember me as the girl that dressed as a chicken when all the other girls were Disney princesses.
I love that.
Yeah. So anyway, 2nd grade. Chicken.
Stunning. My other favorite Halloween costume was in college. I was Damien from Mean Girls with the hoodie and sunglasses, and I wore a sign on my sweatshirt that says she doesn't even go here.
Shut the fuck up.
Some
what
of my
year
best
was
work.
this?
My sophomore year.
I thought I knew what you were going to say, and that wasn't it, but this is funny.
What'd you think I was going to say?
White chicks.
Oh my god, yeah, that was funny. So we were 3. So the thing is I was talking to this guy. He was a freshman though, so what a fucking loser.
I do.
So anyway, I had a dance show that same night. It was like a Halloween dance show.
Okay.
So in the show, I had to wear like a black and white polka dot little top, and I told him, he like saw it in my room, and he was like, oh, I was like, oh, I'm going to be Minnie Mouse after dance. for the night, whatever, Minnie Mouse. And he was like, oh my God, hot, whatever. And then I was like, joke's on you, I'm funnier than that. So I was Damien. And first we started off at the Bombshell.
I was a gay man.
Yeah. At the Bombshell, which is like where all of our like closest friends lived in college. Couldn't have sorority houses because of a brothel, so we had had to have satellite houses. So anyway, we start off the night there, and then we go to the frats, and I walk in dressed like that. They thought I was a guy, and they were all questioning me and being like, "Who are you? Who do you know here?"
And
I was like,
fuck up,
guys.
It's
I took my
Raegan.
sunglasses down. I was like, it is me. So then we leave and go to the baseball house where I'm supposed to meet up with the guy that I'm talking to.
So the football guy was at the baseball house?
Yeah, always at the baseball house.
Oh, no, I remember. That was, like, the place I partied.
Yeah, next to the bar. Mm-hmm. You see why.
Yeah.
So I walk in, and I see him.
Back, God.
And I'm like, Zach. Fuck it.
Yeah.
He's married. Whatever. But I walk in, I was like, Zach. And he was, like, looking at me, like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, it's me. and then he was like, oh my God, I didn't recognize you. And I was like, do you get it? It's funny. And then he went home with someone else. And get this. She was in my sorority, also dressed as Minnie Mouse.
That joke writes itself. That's so good.
I was like, so you don't have a sense of humor. Got it.
Okay. So, I mean, that almost leads us into this segment of hot versus funny, but hot versus funny Halloween costumes. But we'll save that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
No, that's so fucking funny. Okay, mine is so similar. I have, my next story is literally so similar. Okay, so my next best Halloween costume was me and my boyfriend at the time were, for Halloween, Jackie and Hyde from That 70s Show. And he got the wig. And also we decided this, which I'm actually very proud of. We decided, because we ordered our stuff, this was like when Amazon was still very new. We ordered our stuff from Amazon and it didn't come in time. And for our actually planned costume. And it was 3 hours before the party started. And we were like, fuck, we have to find another plan. So we went to the thrift store and we were like, okay, I can be Mila Kunis. I have dark hair and eyebrows. And he can be Hyde. We can get a wig, whatever. And do 70s. That's so easy to get from a thrift store. So we did it. And we were doing this bar crawl in Westport in this bar district in Kansas City. And so it was a competition.
Bar district.
And at this one specific bar, there was a costume competition. By midnight, they announced the winners. We won. Jackie and Hyde from That 70s Show won.
Stunning.
Yeah. It was $1,000. The winner of this.
What?
Right. Okay. That's when you're a broke college kid, you're $1,000
now. I'm I'm going to enter that tomorrow.
Yeah. So we were okay. So we were holy shit, we won $1,000. If this doesn't explain how toxic, I also this was a long-term boyfriend. We had been dating for over a year. We were fighting so much that night that we couldn't even stay for the $1,000 reward that we won. We won the costume contest. They already announced it. We just had to stay till midnight. We were outside the bar, broke up that night. I mean, we got back together 3 other times, but didn't stay for the $1,000 reward. My friend Emily was trying to get it for us. Was no, I promise. I promise they're here. I promise. She's I'll call her right now. They were no, if they're not here at the time of whatever, they don't get it. So we didn't get their award. We lived literally 2 blocks away. Didn't get their award. We were outside screaming at each other, breaking up. Jackie and Hyde were no more. But yeah, so won a costume contest for accuracy on lookalike and didn't get the
lost
$1,000. Yeah.
Damn.
So
that's tough.
That's that.
Oh my God. Well, that was fun. What a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, so those are our favorite Halloween costumes. Me being a chicken, losing $1,000, you being Britney Spears, having to sing for Trick or Treat, and also getting cheated on.
Well, Loosely.
Oh, it was a situationship, not a relationship.
Correct. But still, either way,
Honestly, what's
he chose
the fucking
another Minnie
difference
Mouse
anymore? What is the difference?
I'm like, tell me you don't have a sense of humor without telling me. It's crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to be with them. You're like, go take home Minnie Mouse. Take her home.
I bet she doesn't tell any fucking jokes.
Yeah, Damien, me, we're going home alone.
Anyways, we're going to get into our recap segment.
Okay. That was our favorite Halloween costumes ever. Thanks for tuning in. Our recap segment is where we recap any notable updates. The fact that we're like just rolling into our actual episode right now after just being hammered for fucking 30 minutes. Crazy. Okay.
40, actually.
So, you're like 42 and counting.
I can't wait to edit this.
Yeah, God bless you so much. So, our recap segment is where we recap any updates from our last episode, episode 24, because this is episode 25, which is nuts. But yeah, any changes or progressions that happened in our last week's stories, we just kind of add notes here. So first up, the MLB postseason. Yeah, Chloe's not here, so the girl that cares isn't here. We'll just give you the hard-hitting facts. So the Arizona Diamondbacks and Texas Rangers will face off in the World Series starting tonight when you hear this. And that's the World Series, baby, and that's exciting.
It is. Chloe informed us that this is the first time in 7 years that the World Series will not feature either the Houston Astros or the LA Dodgers. To which I said, wild. And then Chloe said, fuck the Astros. America's happy. So America doesn't like the Astros.
Because they cheated.
They did. You're right.
So in 2017, the Astros had a cheating scandal.
Crazy.
Hasn't everyone?
Tom Brady has multiple.
The girls are excited. So...
Are we? Yeah,
no, we're not. But for the girls that are, like, I'm more power to you. If you are an Arizona fan or you are a Texas fan, I guess I should be more specific. If you are a Rangers fan or a Diamondbacks fan, this fucking rules for you. And I love that. My parents are going to go to the Rangers, one of the series games.
There you go.
They already told me. They're like, you want to come? I was like, I don't. But, like, I love that for you guys.
I don't. Chloe's like, I will go, Todd.
The only part of an MLB game is a hot dog for me, and I stand by that. That is MLB postseason. We've got you covered there. Going into our little NFL segment of the recap, which is our Week 7 picks.
So, the Chiefs versus Chargers. Chiefs blew out the Chargers 31-17.
Yeah.
And it was a good game. And I think that the Chiefs finally put a full game together on both sides of the ball.
I agree. We got McCole Hardman back.
So, I was at the game. And after the national anthem, he ran into the end zone closest to my seats. And the whole stadium went fucking wild. Like,
which is electric. Like, someone coming home,
him getting to come back, him being home, and he had a good game. Like, he wasn't, like, starting... Well, he did. But, I mean, he wasn't, like, in on every offensive play, whatever. But on special teams, he was, like, the guy. Mm-hmm. He was the punt returner. He was the kickoff returner, like, all this stuff. He ruled, and I'm just, like, happy that he's back.
Yeah. I was talking to someone prior to the game after the decision of getting McCole Hardman back was announced. And they were like, yeah, I just, like, don't think he's gonna, like, he didn't do shit. He's not gonna do shit now. And I'm like, no, he needed to be back with his boys. Mm-hmm. The boys are back in town, and they're gonna get shit done. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that was presented in front of us. Like, yeah. I was so happy for him. And yes, we're Chiefs fans. That's no secret. But it's just so good to see, like, someone back in the saddle.
Well, and he, like, people forget that he was, like, very severely injured at the end of last season. And he played 8 games, and through 8 games, he had 6 touchdowns. So, like, hello?
100%, right.
So, I don't know. I'm so happy that he's back. I feel like that's, like, the turn we needed on offense. All right. Anyways.
Lions at Ravens.
Steps off soapbox.
Yes. Lions at Ravens. The Ravens absolutely smoked the Lions with 38-6.
Which is crazy because we both were like, the Lions will do it.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the Ravens are like a dark horse in the AFC.
100% could not have said it better myself. I actually read a tweet that was like, the Ravens are going to be the team that, like, sneaks up on you. Yes. That you, like, had absolutely no idea. Kind of like the Bengals 2 years ago when we were like, what? That's going to be the Ravens. And now I'm tuned in, which I love an underdog story.
Oh, same.
Nothing like it. And the Ravens are proving to be that team. So I'm tuned in. 38-6. That's crazy. Also, bad game for the Lions, though, performance-wise.
Yeah, I think they have, like, the next few games are, like, must-wins for them to be like, no, we're the real deal.
I agree.
Because they're kind of getting smoked by other teams that they shouldn't.
But they beat us. They beat the Chiefs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if they're going to beat the Chiefs, they need to be able to beat these other teams.
100%.
They beat us by 1 point also.
Yeah. Dolphins at the Eagles. Eagles beat the Dolphins 31-17. I did say that was going to happen.
Yeah, you did.
But what do you want to talk about Jalen Hurts? Because there's something going on with Jalen Hurts.
He had a knee brace on. And he was playing through, like, a knee injury or whatever. And, like, could still run the ball, obviously, whatever. But in his press conference, it was, like, I can't decide if he's putting on a facade that's, like, I'm strictly game, none of this other shit. Or, like...
the energy, pressers in different athletes and their different personalities, you're going to get different energy. Jalen Hurts is such a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Like, depending on what you ask him... like how you phrase it, you're either getting charismatic, like running for mayor of nothing Jalen Hurts, or you're getting like
I don't want to be
cold
here.
shoulder. Yes.
Jalen Hurts.
Yes. And it's not conducive to like win-loss. Because
It's
sometimes
just like,
there's winning pressers that he's just like, whatever. So I would like to hear your take on that.
This is where I have a hard time because he's a great athlete. Mm-hmm. And I think that he's a great person.
Leader, too.
He is.
Yeah.
Because the guys that are protecting him clearly are bought in. However, the way that he was in this last press conference where they were like, you had a knee brace on. And he was like, yep. They were like, are you injured? He was like, I'm fine. Like, wasn't giving them anything.
Yeah.
So, like, I get if you are injured and you don't want to, like, allude to it because you're not injured enough to be out, like, whatever. But then also, like, there's other interviews about the quarterback documentary where he's like, I want to focus on the game of football. I don't give a shit about all of this stuff. Like, knocking the people that did decide to participate. But then there's also, like, an interview where people asked him about, like, the Travis and Taylor Swift of it all. And he was like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm just about the game of football. And it's like, you're about the game of football. And I get it.
Right.
100%. You're there to do your job. But, like, give us I feel like there's no personality. Like,
I get what you're saying fully. I think coming off of a Super Bowl loss does tarnish you a little bit in, like, the way you approach press. I think we see that in, like, obviously not coming off of a Super Bowl loss this last time, but, like, we see that in Joe Burrow as well. Like, when they speak, it's more, like, punctual to the point. There's not a lot of personality behind it. When Patrick Mahomes takes the mic, you're like, yeah, you have a Kermit the Frog voice, but, like, you're gonna bring, like, a couple funny quotes and you're gonna, like, bring some energy because he's, like, having fun with it, genuinely. And, like, yes, he's very serious about his job and we've seen that time and time again, but, like, there's still, like, a lot of fun being had behind the ball. I don't know if we're seeing that from Jalen Hurts and or Joe Burrow just because of, like, the nature of their record, the nature of their team. So with Jalen Hurts specifically, he's such an interesting one because every presser is different. Every question is different. Every single thing, I'm like, who is he?
I think that's the thing that I struggle with.
People are allowed to have their little space.
That's what so, like, if that's his groove, like, I respect it 100%. I just can't figure it out just yet.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But you did win, so good job.
Thanks.
All right, next one. 49ers and Vikings.
What?
Vikings upset the 49ers 22-17.
Yes, we needed them to lose just in general if you're, like, rooting for the top teams to lose. But this was wild.
Granted, they're not completely healthy.
No,
so Deebo Samuel still, their, like, star wide receiver still didn't play. And then now
Christian McCaffrey.
He did play.
Yes, but still coming off an injury.
Correct. But now, like, coming off of this game, their quarterback, Brock Purdy, is in concussion protocol and their backup quarterback is playing this weekend, they've said.
Yes.
So I don't it kind of is like, all right, when your back's against the wall, all of the injuries are happening. Can you pull it together?
Right.
I don't know. Like, it's making me second guess it. And not that I'm saying I'm not a fan anymore, because I absolutely am. Like, I really like a lot of the guys on their team. But, like, Vikings are now,
we also just like their fan base. Like,
yes.
It's more just, like, about the essence as a whole.
Vikings are now, like, I don't know, like 3-4. I don't know.
The Vikings are also a team, though, that I have this weird, like, affinity for. Like, they're just always the underdog. I really like their, like, what else do the Minnesotans have to live for? Like,
Kirk Cousins is a very respectable quarterback. He is very good at what he does.
Coles Cash.
Loves a good Coles Cash moment.
Kirk, Coles Cash, Cousins.
Stunning. His wife loved the outfit he was wearing.
Yeah.
And he finally put, again, a complete game together. They did well. Their receiver, I forget his first name, Addison, he fucking popped off. And once they have him and Jefferson, and they're back in this groove, like, they might be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. But hot
take? Ooh.
Hot question.
Okay.
Are 49ers on fraud watch?
Shut up.
Are they?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, are they frauds? Because they haven't really played anybody. So they were undefeated until last week when they lost to the Browns, and now they've lost to the Vikings.
Okay, so they're first in the NFC West right now with 5 wins, 2 losses. Those losses being the Browns and the Vikings. That is crazy.
Right. So, and who are their next 2 opponents?
The Bengals and the Jaguars. Okay, the Bengals, that'll be interesting how that plays out. The Jaguars will be really interesting.
So finally, for last week, we have Falcons at Bucks. Falcons beat the Buccaneers 16-13. I won that one.
You did.
I was like, let me make it interesting, and then it paid off.
Yeah, it
Cute.
did. That was like a MERP game, too. I was like, MERP.
I was like, what's a MERP game?
It was that.
MERP. Yeah, so really, nothing to report.
Mm-mm.
All right.
So our week 8 notable matchups, which if we disagree, we're betting.
The Chiefs versus Broncos, like, the Chiefs are just always going to be on there, and I'm so sorry to report that, but they are.
Yeah. So Chiefs Chargers, we're both picking the Chiefs.
No, Chiefs Broncos.
Chiefs Broncos, we're both picking the Chiefs.
They played the Broncos for the second time in 3 weeks.
I hate that they did that. Like, that's so
But it
silly.
happens a lot this season.
Yeah,
with
it
other
does.
teams.
Like, Roger, what are we doing? So 49ers versus Bengals. Obviously, the 49ers are favored. It's a big stake game.
It is for both teams. 49ers, you have to win to prove you're not a fucking fraud. Bengals, you have to win to prove that you're still in this shit.
You have to win because you have to win.
You have to.
Your record is depending on it. So, it is titled the game of the week.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go 49ers because I hate the Bengals. But it is a toss-up. It truly is. Like, with the past couple weeks for the 49ers, I really don't know.
And if they're not completely healthy, if they don't have Brock
The
Purdy.
49ers have gone on a downward slope. The Bengals have gone on an upward slope. But it's like, honestly, it's a wash if you really compare apples to apples. I'd be curious. I mean, I know the 49ers are favored. I'd be curious to what the percentage is. Do you know?
5.5. So you said 49ers?
Like, I personally think that the 49ers, yeah, I do.
Okay. I think since this is such a big game, I'll take the Bengals. Make it interesting.
Okay, cool. Check on it. Actually, do you want to cheers on it?
Yeah, we do.
Ting.
Honestly, we should do this more often.
I know, like, this is fun. You editing 2 hours. You're like, we should never do this again.
That's okay. All right.
Okay.
So you're going...
I'm going 49ers. You're going Bengals.
I just think it could be anybody's game.
I mean, full toss-up. I don't know.
All right. Bills versus Bucks at home. And I said this because Bills are coming off a very embarrassing loss to the Patriots.
So weird. like this past week, this week 7 in the NFL was like, every week I'm just like, this script go crazy. Like, it's just the wildest little turn of events. Bills versus Bucks. I'm still going Bills. I do understand if you are going Bucks, but I still am going to stand with the Bills on this one. I think they're favored by Vegas the last time I checked.
Yeah, I think I still will go Bills too. However, like, are they still good? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, fully.
Josh Allen is good.
Yeah.
But is he the elite quarterback that everyone's been saying that he is for the past like 3 or 4 years? I don't think this lies. The problem doesn't lie just in Josh Allen, but I do agree what you're saying. Like, where's the movement? But his turnover is like
high.
Truly what's fucking up the games.
No, I get. Yeah, I agree.
So I'm like, I don't know.
But I'm going Bills.
I'll go Bills too.
Okay.
All right.
Patriots versus Dolphins. Dolphins are favored, and the Dolphins did just lose to the Eagles.
Big time.
And that was a pretty wild loss. So I'm still taking the Dolphins, but
yeah, I'll take the Dolphins just because of the way that their offense works.
And then moving into the Ravens versus the Cardinals. As we mentioned, like, the Ravens are secretly good.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Ravens.
Okay. Easy.
The Cardinals have lost their last 4 games, and they failed to score more than 20 points.
Which is key because the Ravens have allowed only 17 points or less in their last 4 games.
Defense beat defensing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're both taking the Ravens on that one. And then the last notable matchup is the Raiders versus the Lions. The Lions are still favored somehow, and the Raiders are having a lot of trouble.
Devontae Adams is like, hey, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know.
And the Raiders front office was like, we're not trading you no matter how unhappy you are. Imagine.
No, it's wild. And if you're Devontae Adams, I'm praying for you. Just hold out, buddy.
And with football, like, you're throwing your life on the line. Whoa. You're throwing your body on the line. Whoa. You're throwing your body on the line time after time for a team that, like, doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just fun fact. The Lions have only hosted a Monday Night Football game 5 times this century. Yeah.
Century.
So that's crazy. So that's the notable matchups of week 8. You heard it here first.
What are you picking for that game, though?
The Lions.
All right, fine.
Are you also?
Yeah, so we're only betting on one game. Is that
okay.
boring? Should I bet on the Raiders?
No, that's dumb. You can just bet on one game. We're smart little girlies.
All right.
So what game are we betting on?
49ers versus Bengals.
And you're taking Bengals.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's so wild that you'd side with them. But that's okay. Okay.
Cool. Only for the pod.
Okay, so while Raegan's texting Chloe, the producer, I am going to take you into our first sponsor, which is the Good Patch. The Good Patch are wearable patches designed to make each day just a little bit easier. Whether you need to look alive, find your zen, or clock in some beauty sleep, they've got you covered. Simply peel, stick, and wear for up to 8 to 12 hours. We suggest the Rescue for hangovers, relief for sore muscles, and Cycle for that time of the month. B12 for a little extra energy. Use code NAME3PLAYERS, that's all spelled out in caps, at checkout for 15% off.
Stunning.
Chloe just ordered a shit ton, and she's locked and loaded. She's in there. She's freaking good patched up. All right, so now finally we've got you into the top 3 stories. Raegan, give us a timestamp. How long we've been talking?
1 hour and 10 minutes.
We're going to freaking fly through these. So every week we pick the top 3 sports stories that we think the girls need to know. We weed through the stories all week so you don't have to. We weed out the bullshit. We tell you what you need to know. First off, we got the NBA season debut. It was the Lakers versus the Nuggets. The Nuggets won 119 to 107. The Suns and Warriors also played, and the Suns won 108 to 104.
So some close games.
Yeah. It was I would say, like, a really good NBA kickoff.
Yeah. LeBron clocked like 29 minutes. Mm-hmm. They said that with his, like, mature, athletic, I don't even know. Yeah, he's old.
He's old.
They're going to, like, allow him, like, 28 to 30 minutes on average per game. What?
Yeah.
That's insane. And then they lost, obviously, so he threw a fit, obviously. And Jokic, like...
But did you see that Beats by Dre commercial?
No, I didn't.
Shut up.
I didn't.
Okay, first of all, you don't watch my Instagram stories. That's crazy.
No, I did. I just saw it and I didn't watch it all the way through.
Savannah, his wife, like, is in the audio, like,
see, I missed that completely.
Of his headphones, and it's like, they counted you out. They told you too old. Like, you're gonna show up. It's so good.
I saw you post it and you're like, the creative direction is insane, and
it's her talking to him. It's so good. Like,
that's incredible.
Let's go.
With shit like that, I want to see people's brains.
That's my job. Like, I'm an art director, or creative director, art director. I'm in that field. So when I see something like this come to life, where it's like combines sports and really, really great creative direction, it's just my bread and butter, and like, I freaking get off to that shit.
A couple other things on the NBA season debut. As we're recording tonight, Wemby, our guy, the number 1 draft pick, the fucking guy that has a wingspan the size of a Mini Cooper.
Yes.
Is making his debut, and they say that his skill level is to be vastly advanced compared to LeBron James at the same age. So, like, there was a clip of him in preseason where he dunked the ball from, like, almost the top of the key. And there was a guy that he dunked on from the other team that, like, looked at the camera and was like, what?
Yeah. Another NBA little note. Charles Barkley confronts Adam Silver, who is the commissioner. Adam Silver is the commissioner of the NBA. And Charles Barkley confronts him regarding the uptick in domestic violence in the NBA. And it's an interesting conversation to be had, because statistically, the NBA has the highest rate of domestic violence in the United States per sports capita. So what do you think about Adam Silver's response?
So, one, mad respect to Charles Barkley for being like, hey, what the fuck is going on? Because back in my day, this shit wouldn't fly, and now this day, it's fucking flying everywhere.
And he said it so unfucking precedented.
He did.
It was literally out of nowhere. He was like, hey,
you know, Adam Silver
by the way,
shitting himself.
And Adam Silver literally was like, huh?
Yeah. So Charles Barkley was like, hey, what are we doing about this?
Yeah.
Because we're the highest in the fucking all of the professional sports leagues.
Yep.
And then Adam Silver was like, well, first off, it's not a competition. We don't want to be the highest in all of the leagues.
What the fuck is that?
You are my guy. I think Adam Silver's answer, whatever, was just a bunch of fluff, because he wasn't ready for the question. That he was like, well, we're not the only ones, and that's that.
They're also hitting women. We've never swayed from this point. Charles Barkley's point is, hey, statistically, this sport brings the most DV cases. What are you doing about that?
Yeah, and what he was looking for was, okay, I will suspend them.
He was looking for
release them. I will 100%. Be done with them.
Not only is there an uptick in domestic violence in sports, there's an uptick in women tuning into these sports. Charles Barkley's like, hey, Adam Silver, what are you doing about this? Because women are starting to give a fuck. So what are you doing in order to make these women feel like they're not supporting a sport that's actually killing them?
And what Adam Silver was saying was like, well, we have organizations in place and like courses in place to make sure blah, blah, blah. No, release them, fire them. I don't give a
Make sure
fuck.
They are unhireable in this league, in the European League, in the Canadian League. Make sure that their lives are fucking ruined, because in real life, it is a condemnable offense. Women are tuning in. They're seeing that these men are beating women and then being on the court 2 weeks later. As a woman in sports, you're just like, hey, listen, I'm trying so hard to like care and support this actual like overarching concept of sports, while being the person and the gender that's being mistreated constantly. Mm-hmm. Charles Barkley, fucking hats off. Thank God there are men like you that speak up.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's that on that. Okay, our next story is the Michigan football team is being accused of sign stealing.
Yeah.
And they're undefeated. So, interesting. So, it came out earlier this week. Well, it started to come out earlier than that. There was a football coach, and I can't remember what game it was, but at halftime they were asking him about his team was losing, and he owned up to his team losing, but then he was like, and there's something else going on, and we're going to have to figure it out. They were playing Michigan. They've been accused of sign stealing. They're obviously, like, saying that that's not what's happening.
Right.
But all the teams in the NCAA and the Big Ten are like, this is happening. We know what guy it is. We know what you're doing. Put a fucking stop to it.
Yeah.
So what I've gathered
Okay.
is that Connor Stallions is a staffer at Michigan State and has been suspended because he is the center of this investigation of sign stealing. And what sign stealing is a scouting tactic where the opposing team will go watch a team and learn their signs to call plays and all of this stuff. And so the staffer that they've accused has been seen on the Michigan sideline always next to a defensive coach potentially being like, hey,
right.
Here's what they're calling, here's what's happening.
And Connor Stallions is that guy, and he has been suspended.
With pay, though. What are your thoughts on that?
I really don't have any. Like, I believe in cheating. Like, I just... like, fair game. Whatever.
That's not a fair game.
It's research. Like, this guy did his research.
There's a difference between scouting, which is legal, which you send a scout who is designated for that job, but they are watching him. He has tickets to all 11 opponent games on both sides of the ball, or both sides of the stadium, and it's just fucking weird. And other Big Ten coaches have claimed to see him on the sidelines, and they state that everyone knows he's the guy.
That is crazy. That is wild.
So, Michigan's head coach, Jim Harbaugh, said, I don't have any knowledge or information regarding the University of Michigan football program illegally stealing nor have I directed any staff member or others to participate in an off-campus scouting or... Got away from myself on that one. Off-campus scouting assignment, he said on Thursday. I have no awareness of anyone on our staff having done that or having directed that action. Which sounds like somebody who's guilty would say that. So I get it, I guess.
I read that it's an alumni leaking this information on Jim Harbaugh.
That's crazy. What would they gain from that?
I don't know.
I'm just asking.
Okay, so
basically they're being accused of cheating and sign stealing. They're saying it's not true. Every other team in the NCAA and Big Ten is saying it is true. They're under investigation. We don't know. But they're currently undefeated, and that's interesting. So that wraps up, I guess, Michigan.
Yeah.
And their season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our final story is that the Colts owner, Indianapolis Colts of the NFL, their owner, Jim Irsay, has requested drastic rule changes amid a controversial game in their loss to the Browns last week. So, Jim Irsay has stated that the NFL admitted that the officiating crew botched 2 key calls that went against the Colts in the final 50 seconds of their game and resulted in the Colts losing the game. So because of this, Irsay is proposing a rule that makes all calls reviewable in the final 2 minutes. Here's what I will agree to. The refs are always questionable because it's truly subjective. It's the refs, like, they can be as corrupt or non-corrupt as they want to be. People say, like, the coaches can never comment on them. The players can never comment on them because they'll get fined. So it's a very protected group within the NFL. However, we've seen a lot of things this season go awry because of calls or non-calls.
Right.
So it's just interesting that finally a coach is speaking up, and not just him.
Yeah.
Because my boy Mike McDaniel.
Yes, the Twitter thread
was loud and
hear
clear.
About the Twitter thread.
Mike McDaniel, the coach of the Miami Dolphins, tweeted after their loss to the Philadelphia Eagles a thread of videos and photos of missed calls or incorrect calls by the referee team, whatever they're called.
Squad,
which fuck that. He said, hey, Roger, a.k.a. Roger Goodell, I'm doing this pro bono. Here's all of the
Yes,
missed calls
and
from
then the
last night's game.
Twitter thread. It was
I
so
saw
good.
it, and I wanted to run through a brick wall on a Monday morning. I was like, talk your shit.
Yes. And wait, okay, so we're not Dolphins fans.
We're not.
Fucking point blank. I don't like their team. I don't like the people on their team. We're not Dolphins fans. We are Mike McDaniel stans. Like, we love this man. And the way he freaking outlined this Twitter thread. Okay, first of all, mic up refs. First of all, mic them fucking up. I want to hear what they say to players. I want to hear what they say to each other. I want to hear what they say under their breath. I want to hear it all. First of all. 2, 100% everything he posted was valid.
100%.
I was like,
and he's
yes.
probably taking a hefty fine for doing
I don't
so.
give a fuck.
No,
Talk your
I'm
shit.
saying, that's what I'm saying.
Talk your shit, Mike McDaniel. Every single thing he posted was valid. I looked through all of them. There was only one that I was like, I could kind of see the other way. Every other one, I was like, in your fucking favor, buddy. Like,
So I feel like, and this also, like Andy Reid with the Chiefs offensive lineman that kept getting called offsides after offsides. Andy Reid and both Patrick Mahomes were like, hey, not right. So the coaches, the players, everyone is starting to speak up. They're catching on. They're sick of the shit. Like, let the boys play. Let them be, if you're gonna want them to be physical, let them play physical. Call it the shit the same way the entire game, because this shit is like hard to watch, honestly.
Agreed.
I can't say that I disagree with Jim Irsay being like, I want all of the calls reviewable in the final 2 minutes, because the final 2 minutes, unless it's a fucking blowout, are crucial to the game. And if you're calling questionable calls, they should be able to fucking call it and review it.
Agreed.
So, all right. Well, that's that on that.
That's that on that. And go look Mike McDaniel's Twitter thread up, because it's like chef's kiss.
Chef's motherfucking kiss.
Which we stand Mike McDaniel's here, and that's no lie.
No.
Dolphins? Mike McDaniel's? Yes. So, that is our top 3 stories. The girls needed to know them. Yes?
Yeah. And I'm not even sure that I fully understand them.
No, but we did it together, and
We did.
that's it. Cheers on that.
Well, I'm empty, so.
We both drank a bottle of wine each. I hope you guys know that.
I just drank my backwash for that cheers, so. Cool. All
Okay,
right.
moving along. Right on brand, it's our Waterboy sponsorship. Our walkout fit of the week, this next segment, is brought to you by Waterboy. Replenish after a long weekend with a stick of Waterboy. Formulated with electrolytes and vitamins, this hydrating drink mix helps you reduce nausea and fatigue, helps you chill out after a weekend out. Each stick of Waterboy is vegan, 0 sugar, includes 3 times electrolytes and vitamins than its competitors. The original Weekend Recovery is available in strawberry lemonade, blue raspberry, and fruit punch flavors, with the newest athletic recovery and lemon lime. Whether it's from working out or going out, reach for Waterboy. Use code FORTHEGIRLS for 15% off.
I was about to be like, you fucking nailed that.
Really? Because I feel like that was the worst read I had, and it was 25 episodes in.
You did great.
No, that was bad. I skipped every other word, I swear to God. So, moving along into our walkout fit of the week. This is where we just plug our little fashion moments into this podcast. And mine is Devin Booker, which I usually don't drink the Devin Booker Kool-Aid. Like, I'm not really in on that.
Who is Devin Booker? For the girls.
Kendall Jenner's ex-boyfriend.
What does he do?
He is a basketball player for the Phoenix Suns.
Cool.
But he was wearing this incredible hooded button-up Prada long sleeve, incredible, with black trousers and black Prada loafers with a black Prada bag. It is beautiful, incredible, amazing. Pinstripe, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that's my fit.
Okay, mine is Charles Omenihu, who plays for the Chiefs, and he made his debut for the Chiefs this past week, and he is wearing the Rick Owens sneakers, which we need to have a talk with the guys.
You and Rick Owens.
No, it's not me and Rick Owens. It's the guys that I choose, and they just like suck Rick Owens' dick and only wear his sneakers. So he has on the sneakers, which we'll get past. Black cargo pants, a black tank, a red tweed jacket that has like patchwork throughout with different colors, and then his big old chains and a big old duffel bag, which we love. But the jacket was the moment for me, so that's why I picked it.
Raegan picking a Chiefs player. Shocking.
Well.
Well,
Right.
if anything, she's on brand. All right. Well, so for our breakdown segment, we decided to make it a little fun, make it a little fresh, make it a little spooky. Go with our Halloween theme. So normally our breakdown segment is where we take a sports topic, a specific play, some sports drama even, and break it down for the girls because it is otherwise confusing. Well, not today. We are breaking down slutty versus funny Halloween costumes. So
Stunning.
if you're a woman in this day and age, you've been through this internal dialogue where you're like, do I go funny? Do I go slutty? I want to be hot, especially if you're single. I want to be hot, but I'm also not a pick-me bitch.
Well, as Katie Heron from Mean Girls said it best.
In girl world, Halloween is one night a year when a girl can dress like a total slut and no other girls can say anything about it.
And I swear to God, tattoo that on my body, put it on my tombstone, put it in writing everywhere we go, because it's true.
In girl world, I want to say that to everything.
Hey.
In girl world
is a much happier place than this world.
That's true. That's true. So what we want to talk about is like slutty versus funny Halloween costumes. Is there an in-between ground? Are you a pick-me bitch if you dress slutty? Are you a pick-me bitch if you dress funny?
Yeah.
Because I've got thoughts.
Okay.
Do you?
I do. I think it's a fine line.
There is a fine line, and I like to ride that line.
Okay.
And it only leaves a specific amount of costumes. Like, you really got to ride it. There are girls, and I will admit, that do the slutty, and I'm like, no, that's hot. Fucking do it. Like, full send, beautiful, love it, never before seen, 10 out of 10. There are also girls that do the full-blown funny, like you with Damien from Mean Girls.
Are you calling me a pick-me bitch?
No. I'm saying the opposite. So there are girls that do the full-blown funny that I'm like, that's not pick-me energy. That's like, you're just funny as fuck. Okay. I love that.
Okay.
I would say the majority of the funny, I'm going full-blown, unattractive funny, that's pick-me energy.
Full-blown unattractive, yeah.
Full-blown unattractive funny Halloween costume, that is pick-me energy because you're like, I'm not here for the guys. I'm here. I'm just doing my own thing. I'm so funny. That's pick-me fucking energy. And if you say it's not, you're wrong. That's fucking pick-me energy. On the reverse side of that is the hot girl.
If you're wearing full-blown lingerie that doesn't make sense
like a
for
Victoria's
the costume,
Secret angel.
just because it's the same color as the concept you're going for.
100%. Okay, you want to know the exact perfect fucking example I'm thinking of in my head right now? It was Wanda and Cosmo and Timmy Turner, whatever, from Fairly Odd Parents last year. And it was two girls dressing up like Wanda and Cosmo. And they were legitimately in full-blown lingerie sets, pink and green, and then there was like a random guy with them, and I was like, what's happening? And they're like, I'm Wanda and Cosmo, and I was like, no, you're not. You're a basic bitch dressed in a pink lingerie outfit, and you're saying that you're something. Like, that is not it.
Because anybody fucking knows that Cosmo and Wanda wore yellow shirts and black pants, and then their fucking hair was pink and their fucking hair was green. So I don't buy the fucking lingerie shit, and that's where you're a pick-me bitch.
That's where you're a pick-me bitch.
That's like being fucking Ronald McDonald and you wore red hair and yellow lingerie. Get fucked. No,
it just doesn't make sense. If you're gonna be slutty, make it make sense. Riding the line between pick me bitch funny and pick me bitch slutty is hot and comical.
Yeah.
Hot and comical.
I think there's a difference between being slutty, showing off almost your nipple, but then being hot, where it's like you show off your body, but you're still like,
but you're funny and there's like
covered.
a comical, there's like an undertone of comedy in it. So this year, you guys are hearing it here first because it's Friday and we're dressing like this on Saturday. So you'll see it on Saturday. We are being women in black, like men in black. And we're going to, like, slut it up a little bit, but we're, like, still holding inflatable green aliens, which is...
And memory erasers.
Comical.
Mm-hmm.
Hot and comical. I think there is a fine line. It's full-blown funny. It's full-blown slutty. It does give a little pick-me energy, but we like a lovely line of hot and comical. And that's the breakdown of this week.
A healthy mix.
Yeah.
We love that. Thank you, Vic. I love that.
Yeah.
Great insight.
Okay. You want to close out with our songs?
Yeah, I do.
So this is our walk-up song of the week. Basically, literally our only way to just plug in music into this podcast. Raegan, take it away. This is toxic.
I know. Mine is Bad Idea, Right? By Olivia Rodrigo. And
it's a bad idea, right?
This is a bad idea, right? And here's the thing. I struggle when I'm listening to her music because I'm like, this shit fucking slaps. But I'm like, you're 19, I'm 29.
Is she 19?
Yes.
Shut up.
So, here's the thing, though. She gets it. And that just goes to show that none of us actually change. We just, like, get more money and buy houses.
She's 20.
Oh, cool. But the line that's like, yeah, I know that he's my ex, but can't two people reconnect? I only see him as a friend. The biggest lie I ever said. Like, holy shit. I listened to that in my car and I was like, whoa. We are just friends.
As a friend? The biggest lie I ever said.
We see him at the bar, like, we're just friends. It's fine if I go say hi. And then I look at you, I'm like, this is a bad idea, right?
I only see him as a friend. The
I'm like,
biggest lie I've ever said.
Every single time, like, guys, it's fine. We're just friends. It's such a banger. So I was listening to it and I was like, I identify with a 20-year-old.
Okay, so mine has like an asterisk and I really need to like accentuate that asterisk. So before you guys freak out, my song of the week is Rich Baby Daddy, which I fucking hate that title. I just need to...
But the songs...
Ooh, I hate it. I hate that title. Rich Baby Daddy by Drake. The rest of that album was pretty much a miss for me. And there's like a lot that goes into that we haven't talked about yet. Maybe we'll get into it in episodes later. But like that album is not it. But
that song.
The SZA verse in that song, which I feel like I've done that a couple times. Like I'm like, okay, the song, whatever. The SZA verse. Okay, so this SZA verse took the breath out of me. It's been on a loop in my head for days. I know a lot of people can't understand really what she's saying. Like after like a couple listens, Google it, read the lyrics. That bitch fucking preaches. This song, incredible. Her feature, incredible. Drake's on it right now. I want to talk about it. It's like a fall off.
Wait, there's one of my friends from college, like, but he tweeted the other day, and usually him and I are on the same page, and he goes, dog, I seriously can't believe y'all got on this app to use your dirty ass itching fingers to tell us that this Drake album was bad. I hate y'all. I was like,
no, it is bad, buddy.
It's terrible.
So bad.
But
so bad.
There are some songs in there that aren't terrible.
No, but that really is the only one I keep going back to.
Yeah, same. I haven't picked up the
album. The Shooter one with J. Cole is fine, but like Rich Baby Daddy, Sexy Red, her verse, I'm like, whatever. But SZA, like that, like sonically it's beautiful. Lyrically it's beautiful. It ties the whole song in. Like I genuinely cannot stop listening to like, I like scrub it to that.
Yeah.
That part of the song.
It's good.
It's amazing. I love it, and it's been on a loop in my head. So that wins song of the week for me. And yeah, that's it.
Well, goddamn, 2 hours later we made it through our drunk episode.
Chloe goes away for 1 week, and we're like 2 hours later.
2 hours.
All right,
later.
well,
yeah.
Girls, we hope you have the best fucking Halloween. I shouldn't have said that. I'll say that at the end. Girls, thank you. Thank you for getting through a whole bottle of wine with us. We appreciate you for tuning in to this week's episode. This was 25 episodes of Name 3 Players. We release new episodes every Friday and cover the hard-hitting stories for the girls. You can listen to our episodes on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and YouTube, and stay up to date on all that's happening around sports and in between episodes. And for more information on any NTP events and sponsorships, discount codes, whatever, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Name 3 Players. That's all spelled out. And finally, you can listen to all of our walk-up songs of the week and special curated playlists for the girls, following us on Spotify at Name 3 Players, also all spelled out. And that's it. Any closing thoughts? Any closing arguments? Any closing notes?
None.
All right. Well, we hope you have the best fucking weekend. We hope you have the best Halloween. We won't hear from you.
Tiptoe the line.
Yeah, we hope you're like funny and comical. You gotta ride that line, girls. We hope you're hot and comical. You don't want to be too slutty. You don't want to be too funny. You want to be hot and comical. And we hope you have the best weekend for the girls. Bye. Bye.